Limerick Today with Joe Nash on Limerick's Live 95 FM.
With Female Magazine, essential reading for the modern woman inside today's Irish Daily Mail. A big read for a small price.
A wonderful therapy for mothers and babies is happening at different locations around Limerick at the moment, and more classes due to start in the new year. It's community-based, and Drake Boyle is the Community Wraparound Coordinator at ABC Start Right in Limerick and joins me in studio to tell me a bit more about it. You're welcome. Good morning to you.
Thanks, Joe.
So this is reflexology for babies.
Yes, Joe. Reflexology is for babies and children. It's a fabulous therapy that mothers and fathers can learn with their baby. And really, reflexology is about touching the baby's feet and touching different areas of the feet and hands, actually, that correspond to different areas of the body. But it's very, very calming for babies. And we find it's a beautiful therapy for colic and teething and constipation and all those sort of minor ailments of childhood, but that can be quite stressful for parents.
I've heard about it for adults, but never for babies before.
Yeah, it's actually new enough really for babies in the last maybe decade, babies and children. Initially it used to be for adults mainly, but they've done a lot of research and studies and they've found that the benefits are huge. And of course the benefits of touch alone, as we know with massage therapy and that, positive touch for babies and children is it's a fabulous thing for bonding and for calming, and really it's a fundamental part of their communication really for babies.
And Mary, how exactly does it work? You're pressing on certain bits of the feet and the hands. Yeah, well,
it kind of dates back to actually Chinese medicine, and what they found is they've mapped the body onto the baby or the person's feet, and so different parts of the feet. So the toes correspond to the head and for teeth and teething and the brain, and then so on down the foot down to the bowel area and that. But I suppose we don't know exactly how it works, but it certainly does work for babies, and of course there is such a calming element as well for parents as well. So when you calm yourself and take nice deep breaths and hold your baby's feet, and then you feel very empowered because you can work on the areas to help your baby, because sometimes we actually feel very helpless when our babies are very upset and crying and when we can't settle them at night. So this can be very empowering for both the baby and the mother.
Okay, and a relatively recent phenomenon for babies, is it, or has it been going on for years and years and years and years in other parts of the world?
Well, reflexology, it started back in 4000 BC in China.
I know that, yeah.
But and it was quite recent to, it came to America in the early 20th century, and very recent really to Europe then in the 1960s, imagine, and Ireland in the 1980s for adults. So really, yeah, it would be only in the last decade or so that babies and children are now being treated by reflexologists.
And does Mammy get some reflexology at these classes as well?
Well, Mammy gets, she doesn't get reflexology as such, but she does learn a lot of self-care. And you can actually do a lot of reflexology on yourself, on your own hands and feet. But we actually talk to mothers a lot about getting themselves into a lovely positive state. And we give them lots of techniques like visualization and meditation and mindfulness that helps them to stay nice and calm and in a nice positive way with their babies.
Okay. What really fascinates me is you're saying it can even help with teething.
Yeah, I know, because teething is such a nuisance thing for babies. So yeah, for teething we actually rub the baby's toes, so it can be very, very soothing. And babies, we can actually see how babies calm almost instantly when you start rubbing their feet. And when you're doing reflexology from an early age with a baby, the beauty of it is it actually grows with your child. So even though babies absolutely love it, toddlers love it, and older children and teenagers absolutely love it. So I have 4 children and the eldest is 11, so all of them queue up for reflexology, and it can be a nice way to spend one-to-one time with an older child, especially life is so busy. We're all so busy, you're busy kind of being pulled and dragged between work and home life, and actually sitting down and actually giving your child one-to-one time for 5 or 10 minutes can be so invaluable to a child.
I'm smiling because 10 years from now they'll have to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great to get the service from Mammy at the moment, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's fantastic that mothers and fathers can actually learn and they can do it. And, you know, it's a thing that you have for life, actually.
Yeah.
And if you learn it as a child, if you like, actually children will give it to other children, or they'll pay back Mammy and they'll do her feet maybe. But, you know, that they'll have it for their own children, and it'll be more of a natural thing then.
So how long have these classes been going on locally?
So we started with a smaller group of mothers last year, and then we got such a phenomenal response to it that we actually trained up then non-reflexologists in instructors as baby reflexology instructors. And so a fabulous reflexologist from the UK called Sue Ricks, who's the founder of Gentle Touch Reflexology, came to Ireland and she with us trained up 12 instructors. So it's a very specific therapy. It's a gentle touch. So it's more gentle than your traditional reflexology, which is very, very suitable for babies and children. So now we're in a position where we can roll out many classes in different locations around the city at the same time. So we have had classes in, you know, the Garryowen area, Limerick Social Services Centre, St. Leal is on the north side, in St. Mary's in the centre of town, and we're in a position to roll out lots of classes in January as well. So
okay, well, you're doing lots of exciting things at ABC Start Right. You know, across the range, there was someone with me in the studio during the week praising what you're doing to the hilt, which is fantastic. Absolutely. You know, it's having a great impact. So if people want to know more about these specific classes, I presume they can go online and learn more.
Yes, yeah, you can visit loveparenting.ie and you can learn more about the ABC Start Right. And if you're living in the city centre or north side, you can actually ask your public health nurse, she'll refer you in. And I suppose that's the other thing with the reflexology. We find it's a great way to engage with parents. You know, they love coming out for massage and reflexology, but then they can link in with us for all other classes like first aid and weaning your baby onto solid food and accident and illness and all those sorts of classes, which are very, very beneficial.
Okay,
yeah,
excellent.
And also the cup of tea and the chat, of course, with other mothers being crucial, and the social support being very, very important there.
Very good. All right. Well, listen, thank you very much. It's a great, great concept, I think, and I suspect it'll only grow in popularity in 2017. Yeah, that's right. That was in 2016. In 2017. All right.
Thanks very much.
Thanks so much. Great to see you. Mary Boyle, who's Community Wraparound Coordinator at ABC Start Right. Do go on their website. They're doing really interesting things.
Limerick Today with Joe Nash on Limerick's Live 95 FM.
With Female Magazine, essential reading for the modern woman inside today's Irish Daily Mail. A big read for a small price.